It's that time.
It's that time. Hi, it's Ozzy.
It's Ellen. It's time to get shaken or stirred. Grab that mocktail or cocktail or a no-tail as things are about to get shaken or stirred.
They sure are. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about getting older, specifically because we're both just now starting our 30s.
Yes.
So definitely different stage in our lives, different perspectives. I'm sure we've grown, learned, gone through like different whirlwinds. So today's topic might be a little juicy. Maybe not. Depends on your age or depends where you are in life.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll be interesting regardless, right? Before we dive into our question, though, what are we drinking today, Audrey?
I'm having water. I'm having a no-tail.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to stay hydrated.
That's totally
I'm a little
fair.
thirsty.
Oh, okay. I'm drinking tea today, so green tea, but I wanted it a little bit colder, so room temp.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cheers.
Salud. All right, Elam, your birthday was about 2 weeks ago now? A week ago?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You turned, do you want to disclose your age? How do you feel about your latest birthday? Let's start there.
Oh, man. So I just learned that Pisces have a thing with birthdays, and I just didn't realize that it was a full-fledged thing.
What do you mean?
I don't fully believe in horoscopes.
Okay.
But it's always fun to read, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something that I always experienced was that I don't enjoy celebrating my birthday. You and I had these moments multiple times where you'd be like, all right, it's your birthday, what do you want to do? And I would legitimately say, no, I don't want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. I would like to just stay by myself at home, and that's fine. And you would be like, no, we can't do that. Even if that's the case, I'm coming over. We're ordering food in. And I still remember our Subla day. It was all rainy and it wasn't the best, but you still showed up. And I don't know. Like, I think like with this recent birthday too is the same thing. I think a lot was going on from a personal and work perspective. So celebrating my birthday, though, you should be, I feel like I should be selfish and celebrate that moment, but I realized I don't know if I really want to. Yeah.
So what about being a Pisces made you realize that it's not a thing or it's a thing?
Well, there was a group chat and in that someone sent a meme, and it was, I forget what it was, but they're like, the Pisces person or whatever the thing is was crouched under, and they're like, I don't want it to be my birthday, that type of thing.
Yeah. So is it that you don't like the attention of the birthday, or you just rather just spend it with you and someone else, or just be super intimate? Like, what about it is it that you just want to refrain from celebrating your birthday?
I think there's a little bit of, I don't know, like maybe fear that if I plan something and people can't show up, which life, as we get older, it's inevitable, right? More of that is happening because we all have different priorities. People have families.
Schedules are different.
And so for this scenario, the birthday plan was, I don't know, it was like 2 weeks out, and we're like, should we do something? And we just threw it together, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to celebrate, because to then see multiple people not be able to make it for whatever reason is just also not a good feeling. I don't know. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I don't know, in my perspective, celebrating birthdays, I get the whole concept of like your guests not showing up, but for me, I feel like even I don't know if I've ever had a small intimate birthday party. I've hosted before. That never felt so, I mean, it's intimate, but it's like a crowded room, it feels very special for me just to have my core friends there. But I feel like it's always important to celebrate life in general. So for me, I don't think there's been a birthday where I'm like, I don't want to celebrate, or just I want to stay home. If I do stay home, I still want to do something, even if it's as simple as blowing out a candle on a cupcake. Like, I just want something to highlight that milestone of life, if that makes sense. Like, cool, I blew out a candle, I made my wish, and like, I'll be happy with that. But I mean, last year I turned 30, and I was very much like, this is a huge milestone.
It was.
I want to hit it with a bang.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And I hit it with the bang, you know? So it's very much like, I want to celebrate life, and I want to celebrate it with the people closest to me. So it's there's something about birthdays that I do enjoy celebrating. And even if a friend like yourself doesn't want to celebrate, I'm like, we still need to make it a little special.
Yeah.
Like, you are on this earth for a reason, and you're my friend, so I want to make you feel a little bit special on this day you came into earth.
I like that. It's so weird because I don't have that perspective at all. I don't know if it was also growing up, we didn't celebrate birthdays at all. It wasn't until, I'm going to say, yeah, like once I moved to California, and then I started to see like, oh, people would be like, oh, I'm having a birthday. It was to a certain degree, I didn't even know what my birthday was. I had to ask, because up till I was 10, birthdays didn't exist. We didn't celebrate it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an upbringing thing too. For me personally, less of a Pisces thing. I don't know.
For me, I feel like my parents always, well, I don't know. From what I remember as a kid, they did celebrate it, but as I got older, they even forgot my birthdays. They're like, so we have these as of lately, we have this super cute tradition. Well, it kind of went off now that my sister's away in college, right?
Yeah.
And now that I'm not living at home with my parents, but when we were all together, all in one roof, on that person's birthday, let's say, for example, it's my sister's birthday, my mom would like come on my room. She's like, are you awake? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah. And what that essentially meant was that we were going to put on Las Mañanitas, like on a speaker, and then just wait outside of the door on like my sister, or like we would walk in and just have that song playing in, and obviously she's like, like half awake. But that was the whole fun part about it, is like being able to welcome that person on their special birthday and like just sing to them, like give them that serenade, start their day off like that.
I love that.
I'm kind of butthurt about it, and hopefully my sister's listening. That like, there's been I think there was one birthday they all forgot it was my birthday. I'm like, I am very intentional about birthdays, so I was a little like butthurt about it that they forgot. I'm like, you guys, it's like noon and I still haven't gotten my serenade. Like, where is it?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
So that tradition. So even this year, this year my sister's at school. So what I did, what did I do? I called her. I think I got her voice. Yeah, I got her voicemail or she picked up, but I was playing Las Mañanitas on it. Like even though she's miles away, it's still about that tradition that I want to keep it. There's something endearing about it.
No, I love it. It's a very sweet thing. I feel like retroactively, I wish in my upbringings there was a little bit of a more like positive spin on thinking about it. I think for us, growing up was like life was hard, so there was no time to celebrate. It's just keep going, and we didn't really celebrate these milestones or moments in life. So now as an adult, I feel exactly the same way, which is...
It's just another day.
It's just another day. And so don't be like upset or like extremely happy because like you may not have it all the time, right? I don't know. It's like a weird way that we grew up, or at least I grew up. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
How do you feel about getting older?
Oh my god, I will say like my freaking back hurts. Like my arms hurts, like wrist hurts. I will say everything is just falling apart.
Yeah.
Lately my lower back is pretty bad. and I have a bad IT band syndrome, so I can't go downstairs for a long time. Yeah. Like if you're hiking downwards. I don't know. I think that. And then when I look in the mirror, it's like when I hit 30 and onward, I don't know about you, but skin elasticity is slowly going down really fast. And I'm like, oh crap, I should have put more sunblock on. I should put layers of Retin-A, which that's not how it works, people. Do not do that. You're supposed to do a pea size. And if you do not use retinoids or Retin-A, you need to get on that now.
Wait, to clarify, is it pea size for the whole face or for like each section of the face?
My understanding is the pea size for the entire face.
I have a big old face. I'm like, how does that little pea size like literally gonna cover this whole face? So I've heard that thumb rule, but I'm like, I can't make it last everywhere.
So how many peas are you using to cover?
So one on my forehead, one on each cheek, and on one on each side of my neck.
Ooh, neck is so good.
Yeah, because you don't want your neck all wrinkly either.
I know. I thought about that recently, and I was like, well...
You better start.
The face is fine, but the neck going down.
Imagine, that's so gross. Having a really nice face, and then your neck's all saggy.
Oh, that's so sad.
Sorry. I could be vain sometimes. So the neck is important.
Yeah, that's true. And so I started to think about that. The other is your hands, right?
That
as
well, yeah.
Women do a lot of, gel? And I had a moment of thinking, like, isn't gel bad for you? That UV light is essentially aging your
nails.
hands.
I see what you mean.
As you're trying to get it done, right? And so I actually stopped doing gel because I felt like sometimes when I look at the top of my hand, I already see sunspots.
Yeah.
And we're only 30, we shouldn't get sunspots on our hands. So I've been intentional in trying to put sunblock on here too.
Interesting.
But of course, I mean, with COVID and all, you need to wash your hands frequently.
The only skin changes that I've noticed is that I've gotten freckles. They're really small freckles, but I've never had freckles before.
So let me go back though. Are freckles and sunspots, do you see them as the same? Or are they different?
I'm not a dermatologist, but
he's like still freaking out.
One of those things. There's new spots on my face, but they're only some on my nose and on my upper cheek. They're really dark spots. So I just call them freckles to sound cute, but dark spots sounds a little no.
Yeah, that's true. I was of course we're in the space of social media, and I ran across someone talking about getting sunburned, and of course sunburn is not good for your skin and age. And they were saying that your sunglasses, if you wear sunglasses, you're highly prone to getting sunburned.
Yeah, because there's something in your eye that detects the sunlight, and that then triggers
your skin
to want to protect you. So sunglasses doesn't really help for that process to be executed.
It was wild.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
But then I'm like, I can't see.
I know. So you can't see, but also I heard the reason why you should wear sunglasses is you can have cataract when you're older. And so that's why you want to protect it as much as you can.
There's no winning.
There's no freaking winning as you get older, clearly.
Just don't sit under the sun.
Yeah.
But I love tanning.
You do.
I like sitting under the sun, being warm, and when I get all sweaty, jumping to the pool, cool down. My mom hates it. Anytime that she has seen me tanning, and maybe this goes back to colorism, but she just does not like the fact that I could potentially get more darker. I'm like, but I like my skin color. I like being brown, but in her perspective, she goes, you shouldn't be more brown. You shouldn't get darker. And that goes just back to the countries that she was raised in, and more culturally too. All the colorism that happens in Latin America, and just the racism that goes behind it. So I think she's trying to prevent that and protect me from that happening to me. But I love going back to the whole concept of growing older. Yeah, now that I'm in my 30s, I'm much more aware that I shouldn't be under the sun, just because that accelerates the aging process.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not trying to be all wrinkly. I mean, I very much appreciate how intact or how ambiguous my age could come across. Some people have told me I look 23, and I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
But on the flip side, though, when we were younger, did you feel did you wish you were this age?
Did I wish I was 30?
Yes.
No, I think in my 20s there was this whole stigma about getting older. Like you don't want to get 30, you don't want to reach your 30s. You shouldn't want to get older kind of thing.
Really?
But in my teens I very much wanted to be 20 or 21, right? To be out of the house, to do my own thing. So in my teens, yes, I wanted to get older. In my 20s, I'm like I don't really want to get older. If I could, I'll be 22 or 23 for my whole life kind of thing. But as I got older, hit my 30s, I'm like, I kind of like this new chapter of my life. I'm very much more, I feel like getting older has meant that I've grown mentally. Yes, I've grown physically because I feel like those different, I mean, I woke up with like a strain on my neck the last couple of days, you know. So I'm definitely growing mentally, physically, and emotionally. I feel like there's different parts of us as humans that do get older, do mature, and there's aspects that you are able to tell right away. And maybe that's just your physical, but also emotional and mental aspects. Some people could be emotionally or mentally immature, right? Like
Right.
there's so many ways to view someone's quote unquote age.
That's true. I'm just trying to think. I feel like when I was in my teens, I don't think I was thinking the age. I just wanted to be working and be financially stable is what I think. And now that we've hit our 30s, I feel like you and I both, I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. Of course, we don't know what will happen, but it feels like there's a little bit more stability in everything.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I would have, like, since I was craving for that stability, I almost feel like without using the age as a marker, this state is kind of where I would have liked to be, which, I mean, yeah, like, I think I've, like, at least gotten to a certain degree. Now, from this point, though, I'm, like, thinking to myself, it's only gonna go, like, we're gonna age more. We can't reverse it back.
I'm kind of excited for it, though.
Yeah?
Because, I mean, if I'm thinking about my future self, I see this silver fox, you know, I see, like, this very
Damn.
handsome...
Silver fox. I had a moment of, like, what?
What does that look like?
Yeah, I'm like, what does that look
So
like?
picture me.
I mean, we might need a painting or a drawing of some sort from Ozzy, but anyways.
Picture me with maybe a little bit more wrinkles. No more wrinkles. Picture me with just like gray hair. I feel like I'm gonna, at one point, I think I'm going to eventually have gray hair. Although my barber says I'm not. He really believes that I'm not going to get gray hair. And we've gone into like deeper details about this, but he believes I'm not. I'm like, I'll go with it. But in my head, I'm just thinking with the aging process, the gray hair is going to eventually come at some point.
Right.
So I'm thinking just embracing that gray hair. I don't have facial hair, so that kind of like helps me look young per se. So I'm picturing this very handsome silver fox. And I'm doing pretty well in regard to my physical health. So like just going to the gym, being consistent, staying hydrated with water, being mindful that my body does need a lot more TLC now than it did in my teens. I just respect my body and the needs it needs to have in order for me to age better or not whatever
like
the
a
window
reflection,
and you
yeah.
can see a reflection. I sometimes see myself checking myself out, you know, but
he did
a little pose.
Yeah.
I've noticed that I have this number 11 between my eyebrows, right? Like I'm just like that.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, so like that's my resting bitch face, and I'm like, damn, these number 11s mean I'm like getting older. Like I could see the wrinkle coming through, right? I'm like, should I embrace it or should I fill it in? You know, I don't think I would do Botox. I say think intentionally because I feel like I'm allowed to change my perspective if that time does come.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging in whatever way. I just don't think it's for me at this point in time.
Yeah.
Would I consider fillers? Maybe sure if like a friend is having a party and there's fillers like in, you know, it's like it's intentionally I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a little try or two kind of thing, but am I going out of my way right now to get any cosmetic changes done? No. Will I maybe one day in the future? I don't know. Like Right now, I'm just embracing the fact that I am getting older, and I think there's something beautiful in just accepting it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I was like, should I get fillers or Botox? Because they say it's preventative.
You should have started in your 20s then.
I know, exactly. That's what I was thinking. But I'm not going to lie. I think it's recently, over the course of the past couple of years, I do see more lines forming, which is why I'm like doubling down on the retinoid. And like, if you peel, like go forth. Like, and I can, the thing about that process is like, your skin is all peeling. So if you were to put makeup on or anything, it's your skin is just flaking off. Which looks not the best, but at this point, it's either that or I go off and do a procedure. But even then, it's not long lasting. So the one that's most helpful is like those topical creams, at least. So that's what I've been doing. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. I don't know. Outside of that, I was thinking about it. Like, I don't have a kid yet, but I heard boobs can just become a thing. And I don't have any boobs anyways.
When you say boobs become a thing, what does that mean?
I heard that boobs just... Because essentially, when you're pregnant, they just balloon up.
Okay.
And so when after birth... and you're feeding the kid, it kind of just deflates, essentially. And so I don't know, a lot of celebrities after they give birth will always redo their boobs or whatever. So a part of me was like, I don't know how bad mine's gonna look, but would I have some, I don't know, like secondary complex issues around that? Or like after you have a kid, you balloon up.
Yeah.
So your body also changes.
Right.
And if I can't lose it, would I want to do what a lot of people do, like go under the knife to slim you, because it's all about your self-esteem and your confidence. And so if I don't feel good because of the way that I look, would I succumb to the extremes? I don't know. I like, it's on my mind of like a potential, but obviously there's repercussions with all of those things, right? It's not healthy to be, in my mind, like your body is given to you in that shape and way and form, and it was nature for it to go that route. So I don't think we should try to do things to it, but I think, yeah, my perspectives may change too over time, but those are the things that have been top of my mind.
Yeah, it's probably just a lived experience, right? Once you go through those motions and you have to assess your needs at that point in time.
Yeah.
I feel like right now we're just blessed that we're, in my perspective, in our early 30s, still young, still healthy, and I don't feel like I have a need to explore other options. Like, what I am trying to do intentionally now is my face routines, like night and morning, moisturize, drink water, eat healthy foods, go to the gym, hit the steam room, winky face, and just really just take care of my body in that regard.
You know, one thing that I wish I got though is, you know, I'm short.
Yeah.
So for the people, I run like 5 feet. I'd like to say I'm 5'1". In actuality, I'm 5.5 inches is what it is. But I round up, right? I wish I was taller. And so I remember growing up in Korea. Korea is known for a lot of their plastic surgeries and cosmetic changes. They are good at what they do. Like, it is natural looking. So, and almost everyone does double eyelid surgery. It's a thing. If you don't get it, it's like, who are you? It's the equivalent of, I don't know,
having a coffee every day.
Yeah, like, no, literally. It's like you go in, get it done, you leave, and you're all bandaged up, but you go off and do your own thing. It's like a no big deal. But one of the things that they had back when I was young was, and I'm sure that they've gotten better at it, is you can actually take, I think it was shots in your legs to help you grow.
Oh, interesting.
So I know people who actually got it because the doctors would say that, oh, you know, your child is destined to be only, I don't know, like 4'9" or 4'10" or 5 feet.
Yeah.
And then in Korean culture, beauty standards are so high that you should, like, as a parent, you don't want your kid to fall, like, be under, right?
Right.
And so you give them everything in their that you could possibly give them to be successful in such a very fit like the like beauty, like with such high beauty standards. So they will actually spend the money as they're a kid to give these injections.
That's
and
crazy.
so they are taller.
Interesting, yeah.
So they are like 5'4", when in actuality they would have been like 5. So in my mind,
So you're
I'm
saying
like,
you would do that?
because you're a kid, you wouldn't know.
Sure, but now in your 30s, you're saying going back, you would want that.
I wish.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
a little bit.
Yeah. just just one time.
Yeah, just one time, if I could do it.
Thinking of beauty standards and how it relates to age, you made me think of, as I am looking into getting older, right? Like if there's anything I would change or like what is going to change, and I'm sure a lot is going to change with me physically in that sense, and I kind of hinted at that with the whole silver fox thing. But then as you were talking through beauty standards, it made me realize, I'm like, oh, as men get older, men tend to lose hair, right? I'm like, especially on their heads. And I'm like, I have a beautiful set of hair on my head.
You have a lot of
And
hair,
I- and-
but in the best way possible.
Yes, I do. I'm a hairy dude, and I won't deny that. And then there's a whole other concept that goes behind that, at least in the gay community, of like, are you smooth or are you hairy? And there's this thought that like the guys who are smooth without hair have this like bigger self of being or like better than those guys who are hairy. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Oh, really?
Oh, for sure. We could take a deeper dive at another conversation.
I didn't know that.
Back in a previous life of mine, that was something I was super self-conscious about. I was like very like, I like being hairy was a negative connotation. I obviously worked through that, and I'm fully embracing my hairiness and my hair and who I am. What is concerning is like I don't want to go bald, but thankfully that's all genetics.
You're like, thank you, mother.
Thank you to my mother's dad.
Yes.
That's the person that determines whether or not you're going to be bald. And thankfully, let's hope that stays true and I don't go bald. But so far, that would be my only concern. But if I do go bald, I would just shave it all off. Honestly, like I'll just be bald, shine my head, and embrace it.
Shining it like a shoe.
Yeah, literally. Gotta look handsome regardless.
I mean, what would I do getting older? I mean, outside of the kids aspect, if that ever happened, I don't know. I think everything else I'd be okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything else although women can also lose hair. So genetically, I was thinking about it too.
It thins out.
I don't know if I will have that issue. Mm-hmm. And that's tougher. That's a tougher pill to swallow.
Yeah, for women, I feel like well, for a lot of people, not just women, right? Your hair on your head is a huge part of your identity. It's what the first thing everyone sees.
Yeah. That I'm gonna have to think about. I don't know. Would I go to the extreme degrees
Hair
of like
implants?
Exactly. I don't know.
I would. I feel like, I don't know.
But you
yes
just said
or no.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I'm like, yes
Yeah.
or no kind of thing. I'm like, if it's a small patch, maybe a hair implant, like a small patch, meaning like a 2-inch radius kind of thing.
Oh.
But like, if it's like the whole top that is just all like gone, no, shave it all off kind of thing.
The only other last thing that I can think of is teeth.
Uh-huh.
Because as you get older, you lose teeth.
Don't say that.
I know, and I know you love your teeth. You're
Yeah.
okay, give some context to the people. Give some context to the people.
Give them more context.
About how, like, at the dentist, what they say about your teeth.
Oh, I love it. I love going to the dentist. The latest dentist I went to, the new guy, he goes, "Did you ever wear braces?" I'm like, no, but thank you. Like, they toot my horn. I love it.
It's so annoying. Because on the flip side, I have always had issues with any, like, dental care, healthcare, everything. And so the recent scenario was, your teeth are, did you have braces? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to do it again? That would be 3 times.
Yeah.
I've done braces for 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't need it anymore. I'm over it. But I do think, like, I grind too due to stress. So I have a hunch that as I get older, I wouldn't be surprised if, your teeth just don't do as well.
Yeah,
So in that case scenario, would you actually get an implant and get that adjusted?
probably. But there's ways to prevent that, and I believe flossing is a huge component behind teeth loss. So y'all better floss.
I do that religiously now.
Yeah, literally. You have to. It's all about maintenance. I feel like at this point in our life, you have to maintain healthy habits. If you don't, me personally, I believe if you're not maintaining those healthy habits, you're just setting yourself up for failure, or just aches and pains and losses.
True. Yeah, I think we have the power to control what the end will look like. There's obviously things not in our control, right? Yeah, I mean, anything can happen from a health
For sure.
perspective. But to the best of our ability.
You could help maintain it.
Exactly,
You could help
like-
maintain a healthy process.
Exactly.
But if you're just indifferent about it, it's just, I mean, sure, that's the way you want to live your life. But me personally, I don't want to be in pains and aches and insecurities when I'm in my 70s. I want to be up and going in my 70s, you know? Like, I feel like when I see, like, an old person running down the block, I'm like, I want to be like them one day,
That's
you know?
gonna be me.
Yeah. Like, I don't run now, but, like, the fact that they're just so mobile and agile versus someone who's sitting watching TV on their recliner, it's just as a huge difference about the way they've gone about living their life.
I agree. I also do think that place or the country makes a difference. Like in Japan, they say that people live past 100. I don't know.
I don't know if I want to live for that long.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Okay. Well then.
Well then, beautiful people. Well, let me ask you first. Do you feel shaken, stirred?
Oh my god, I forgot that we did. I was just going freeform and like sharing my thoughts. Oh my goodness. I am feeling, I guess, shaken. I guess we talk about age. I think age is a scary topic sometimes, right? Because you're kind of nervous about where you will land in the future. Like, you don't know what health issues may arise. Or maybe you don't, which is great. And we were talking about like physical like appearances and all of that, but there's also internal ones that we just can't see for ourselves. So I think it's kind of scary, and we don't know what even we can try our best, and it will be we will try our best to own up to it and control it. But even then, right, life happens and sometimes it's out of your control. So I guess I'm just a little stirred by the conversation. Wait, did I say shaken?
You said shaken.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling
both.
I guess I'm feeling both then. I'm feeling shaken and stirred, a hybrid.
Yeah. I am feeling, I don't know. My initial thoughts are, I liked aging. I feel like at each stage of my life, I've learned something new. I've grown. I've become who I am today, and I'm very happy and very self-assured of who I am to this day. And it just makes me even more excited to know what my 30s are going to bring to me, what I'm going to learn in my 30s, how I'm going to fall and get back up in my 30s, and then entering into my 40s, my zaddy era, you know, like I'm gonna like have this whole other life, and who knows what that's gonna look like. It's just I get very much excited that the fact that as I do get older, yeah, I feel a little shaken that I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's the whole fun part about life. I feel like there's something new, there's something always that you're growing in any aspect in life that excites me. It's also very excited to think hopefully I could like grow old one day with someone, right, with a life partner, just be like thinking back, reflecting on life. There's something endearing about getting older in that regard. But I wouldn't want to reach the age beyond 90, because I feel like as humans, I don't want to be depending on like a nurse or my children. If I have children, I don't want to put that burden on anyone. That's just something that it doesn't feel like life anymore, right? It just, you're now very much dependent on someone to care for you, and in my perspective, I don't want to like end my life like that. Like if I get to that point of my life, I'm like, you better pull the plug or something. I just like pull my, like I don't see that as living. It's just more you're just there, and I don't want that to be my life at the end. I just want to go away peacefully, which is why I don't see myself living past 90 or 100. But if I'm healthy and sure and walking around mobile, like, okay, sure, why not? But I don't want to be in a state where my body is no longer functioning, but I'm like alive, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So that's what shakes me a bit or stirs me, that life leads to that and you have zero control, really. But who knows? Like, life, it could end at any point in
Exactly.
time. So
yeah.
I'm just right now assuming that I'm going to end it in old age.
Well, I hope that happens for the both of us, is what I will say.
Yeah, I just hope for a peaceful ending.
Same. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, beautiful people, we got a little serious there at the end, but that's what happens when you get older, I guess. It gets much more serious, but fun. I feel like it's been really fun so far getting older.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful people. Hope you're shaken, stirred, a little bit of something. With that, catch you later.
Bye.